I don't care if you've been playing Dungeons and Dragons all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, but all the dankest of dank shit on my left, the oldest ninja in the world. Old ninja.
So apparently, I'm just gonna say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's probably gonna be the motto for today.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke peel out on the threes, of course, Carlos.
This last week of my life has been one of the most impactful in my entire life. So, yeah, we'll get into it in a little bit.
Last and not least, we got your boy Blue back up in here.
My mama told your mama that you were a hoe.
Damn.
God damn. All right, Blue.
That's some old school shit right
Coming
there.
out clowning.
All right. What stats we starting off with?
Let's see. Listener of the week would be user 565-275-726. And first in the chat would be no one so far. So we're a little bit late, but I mean, we're usually late. It's CP time. Y'all know this.
Yeah, we always. I mean, are we really late if we start around the same time?
Yeah. You know, it's like. I mean, I think if this is like actually like our job, we'd be on time all the time. But I mean, you know, it's a good side gig.
You know how like for work, sometimes people will start at 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever. But like, you want to get your coffee, you know, you want to get your tea, you want to take that morning shit at the, you know, there's all those things you got to do just before.
This was actually like the being late all the time thing was like a shock to me when I came into civilian life. Because it's just accepted. I'm just like people just like showing up late and like nobody says anything. I'm just like, but I mean, why the fuck are you late? Like you're supposed to start at this time, right? Are you gonna leave later? Yeah, that's on certain levels in corporate life. That's not a thing. You can just show up late and people just be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Now where I worked at, I got fucking flagged for being late one fucking day.
Damn,
Put
really?
on my goddamn record. Yeah, I was late like I don't know, like 15 minutes.
At a corporate gig?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, some of them don't play that shit.
Somebody snitched on me and basically said I was late, and they like wrote me up for it. I was like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, I've been working here for 2.5 years, and it's the first time you're writing me up for being late. What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's very odd.
Yeah, they were fine. They were nitpicking on shit for me.
Trying to find a way to fire
you. Get a way to get rid of you.
You slash your
like
tires?
how can we get rid of the Negro?
Did you slash your tires? That's the proper response.
Sure.
It's like, guess what? Now you're getting home, bitch.
Yeah.
Actually, or just shit on her keyboard. Yeah. That'll always send a message.
Was her name Deborah? Tell her like a boss.
Or accidentally knocking them off the third floor of the 3-story garage by accident, of course.
By accident.
That was
okay.
I'll hit it with my Tesla and say it was in autopilot mode. I didn't have control.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna call my car the Terminator after that.
So I guess now you know all of our crime MOs now. If you're wondering, if you work with us and those things happen, that's us.
No, that's not for me. That's not a crime info. That's more of a trial run.
Oh, okay.
God damn. All right, old ninja. Are we pouring out anything for anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll pour out some sake. We'll pour out some sake this week. Something new, different, nothing, I guess more highbrow.
Sake in the afternoon?
Yeah. Oh, you never had. First of all, you've had sake in the afternoon. I watched you do it, so I don't know why you acting like that's some kind of vice or some shit. So we're gonna pour out first for Ryoichi Sakamoto-san. He is, I guess, a multi-talented. He's mostly known as a composer. So he wrote the score and won an Oscar for the score to The Last Emperor, the Steven Spielberg film. He also wrote the score to The Revenant, and he also starred in films as well. He also wrote the score to. So I guess this is normally pronounced Space Force. Royal Space Force, The Wings of Honeymaze, but it's spelled differently. But he wrote the score to that, and then he wrote scores for Movies such as Brian De Palma Snake Eyes, Femme Fatale, like a bunch of stuff. He's also starred in films such as Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence with David Bowie. He's also in Madonna's Rain music video. He's known for his activism. So apparently, Japan had a law where you could not dance after midnight. So he was an advocate
That's some
against
footloose shit right there.
Yeah, he was an advocate.
Did you say some
against
pollution?
He was an advocate for against that law, and the law got repealed. I lost the date, but he was against that law for a while, and then they repealed the law. And he was also against irresponsible nuclear use. So basically, about nuclear waste.
Wait, so they had? I mean, they've always had a lot of bars and like venues for club.
Karaoke and stuff.
Yeah, you could drink. You could drink, just no dancing. I mean, this is pretty easy to understand, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no.
I mean, just like, but when there's music and shit, like, goddamn,
that means you just dance shittier. I think this is a pretty reasonable fucking law.
What the fuck?
No more shitty dancing.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, that was weird to me, but he was an advocate against it. I don't know why. I don't know the whole issues about it, but the law got repealed anyway. So there you go. So he has a 4-decade career in Hollywood as well as Japanese films.
Wait, so I did a quick Google search on the whole like no dance after midnight in Japan, and it said it was originally intended to curb prostitution. After World War II,
there was dick dancing.
How?
That's not how hooking works.
Well, I mean, have you seen Japanese girls dance on TikTok? Because I can understand.
I've seen them dance in music videos.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we seen fucking 4 p.m. and Pink Black.
So yeah, he died.
They're Korean.
Yeah, it's Korean.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
How dare you?
You're gonna get some hate mail right now. Yeah, we're gonna get hate mail right after this.
Yeah, so he died at the age of 71. There. And then next up is kind of a fucked up one, is Bobby Lee. He was the founder of Cash App. He used to work for Google, and he also became Square's first ever CTO in 2011 when he worked on their Android app. So now they're user war. And then based off his work on Square, he created the Cash App. He was murdered Tuesday morning in San Francisco. He was stabbed to death.
God damn.
He was stabbed to death in the streets of San Francisco at 2:30 a.m. right off of Harrison, right by the clubs.
Bet you he was dancing with a Japanese girl.
Oh,
midnight.
See how that works? Sorry, that was a fucked up joke. I'm sad that he's dead. Too tasteless joke. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
That could be the name of this episode. Dance After Midnight.
Dance After Midnight.
But yeah, he's had a pretty pronounced technical career. He was known as Crazy Bob, even though because he worked a lot of crazy hours, and he worked on a very prominent application, I guess. He was a chief production officer currently of MobileCoin.
Are they suspecting any like friends or lovers or whatever, or was this just some random homeless person stabbing the shit out of him?
I don't know any. I don't see details on it. It's mainly because this happened so freshly. It looks like this could have been random, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think this person's in custody. So apparently he had enough to call 911, but all they heard was him screaming for help on the phone.
God damn! Somebody must have seen something.
Yeah, he died in the hospital. But yeah, it's all bad. But R.I.P. to Bobby Lee.
All right, was that your last one?
That's my last one. Oh, he was 43.
Yeah, damn. Young as fuck, just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, that's my age, or
most
of our ages.
So that takes. Yeah, I mean that takes the term throwing up on a Tuesday or going up on a Tuesday to a whole new term. Or turn up Tuesday.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Sad shit.
Yeah, I don't see anything about any suspects or anything. It's just about him being killed or whatnot. I'm pretty sure maybe someone's in custody, but not according to this article.
What the fuck? Hopefully they catch somebody. Somebody out here murdering folks, having a good time at 2:30 in the morning
With Japanese girls.
with Japanese. Fuck. All right.
Maybe they didn't like this karaoke singing. I'm sorry. That was bad.
Goddamn. Should we address Pink Elephant in the Room from last week and the fact that some folks got to hear a whole show and some folks didn't?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm very sorry about that. So if y'all were in the live stream, y'all got to hear a pretty serious conversation, and I guess I'll give some details on that now. But yeah, I had to delete about 45 minutes of the last podcast because I muted my microphone and stopped my video for the Google Meet, but I didn't turn off my microphone on the soundboard. So everybody that was in the live stream got to hear my side of a very serious conversation. And basically, somebody that is near and dear to my heart, their whole family ended up being unhoused for the past 15 months, and I had no idea. And they ended up being very near me. So this past week, I have been coordinating a lot of shit to get them back on their feet and get them to where they need to be. Good news is that they're how do I put it? I got in touch with like a lot of their friends, and I got to coordinate how to get them back on their feet and what they really needed. And I've learned so much from this experience because y'all know I helped start Rescue Residence, but I was going to step down like last week, really. And then I got an email from this person, and like the day I was going to step down, and then like the next day I learned that they've been unhoused for the past 15 months. And I was like, holy shit, like, I mean, signs, I guess. So yeah, I got into just like straight how can I help mode, and it's really interesting because it wasn't like, honestly, I'm not glad. How do I put it this way? I'd rather it be like somebody that I love going through this where I can help them, because I already knew like some of the steps that need to be done, because obviously, you know, I started helping with I started Rescue Residence with Papa Bear. And so I knew like some of the steps that need to be done. And this person is also a veteran. So that's like what we're designed to do, is to help, you know, veterans that are unhoused. So yeah, so I had to go into like, what does this person need with a family? Because with Rescue Residents, we weren't really designed to like help families per se. And so there was like a lot of like other needs that I had to think about, you know, with this family. And just really getting them like what they needed, like immediately, like making sure that they're stabilized where they're at, and, you know, getting them enough funds to stay where they were and not staying in a car. And then working on the back end to like, you know, research like, you know, where can I get this person like a permanent or like or semi-permanent place to live, and then how can I get them there, and going forward, like how, like what does this person need and the family need, like after we get them there. And it's like, it's a lot of stuff that I didn't really think about before, and going through it kind of live was really, really eye-opening. And yeah, it was just, there's a person I haven't seen in like a very, very long time, and the person used to be like my best friend. We used to hang out all the time, and to see this person go from like having it all, huh?
Are you guys hearing an echo?
I do not.
There's a little echo a second ago.
Coming and going.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, like seeing somebody go from basically like the highest of highs, like upper echelon of like United States life, to being unhoused in a sort of short period of time is astounding to me. And it's like, it shows that if you see somebody, you know, on the street, that's still echoing. I hear it now. Does somebody have like their speaker on?
That's a number, no?
Okay, that was weird. Anyway, just, you know, to see that and like seeing like how easy it can be for people to It's still doing it. Yeah, anyway,
it's coming from you, Corey. Like whenever somebody else is speaking, your microphone is picking it up.
That's weird.
Oh, you see it on on the screen?
Yeah, you can see the microphone being used.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway,
What?
yeah, just like seeing like what happened to them, and like people, even if you have like what you would consider to be like a considerable amount of wealth, if something happens to you, that can all go away, and just seeing how like fragile people are in America, and it's like it also exposes the problems with America. Like a lot of people don't have that sort of like that net, and especially if you don't, and I'm going to put this in a delicate way, but if you don't ask people for help, like the net is basically gone. And as I'm saying that though, I understand, because I've been in places before where I needed help and I didn't know how to ask. So if you have the resources to ask people for help, even if you got to be humble, you got to ask for help. And so I was so happy that this person asked for help, and I got to help them, and I'm still helping them, and I'm tracking like their progress on like where they need to be. And I'll probably do like a longer conversation on this. I'm gonna shield their identity, but I'll have like a conversation with them, do a podcast, and like what it's been like throughout this whole journey. And it's been like, it was hard for me to like listen to like what they've been through, and also like apparently like, I saw one of them saw me down here, but I didn't see them because they're on a median, and that kind of fucked me up because I didn't see them just because they're on a median.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you do a podcast system, you got to get one of those voice synthesizers, so it sounds like they're like, and then I lived all this way.
Yeah.
Like they're Secret Service or some shit. You gotta black out the screen.
Yeah.
It's a shadow, just so you can see their shadow, their silhouette.
Yeah, because I definitely I want their story like out there, but also, I want to make sure that I want to keep them anonymous, and yeah, it's just fucked up. Like the whole situation is fucked up, but I'm happy to have helped, and I'm gonna talk to Papa Bear either tomorrow or Friday, because we have like a board meeting, and then there's like a lot of stuff that I want to talk to him about that I don't think either of us really thought about, and I'm glad that this happened now, because it's spinning my wheels and like other ways we can help, and like what else to look out for when it comes to unhoused veterans, because it's a lot. It didn't go. It wasn't like the way I thought it was going to be, but it's fine, because knowing the person that it's happening to, being able to work through it and like being humble about it, and then being humble about it, made it a lot smoother than if it was something that was like a stranger. Because the whole time in this whole situation, I was just thinking about no matter what happened, I was going to come at them with like love and compassion, no matter what happened. And I think that'll help my mindset in the future when it comes to somebody else that needs help, is just love and compassion, no matter what they did. I don't want to say no matter what, but almost no matter what they did, to end up where they were. They need help, and I'm there to help them. So
we were all very proud of you, just to be really clear, and it was a no-brainer in terms of the decision to cut out the absolute best 45 minutes of a podcast we've ever fucking done. For those who missed it, this was amazing. We talked about shit that changed people's fucking lives. Goddamn it! But y'all missed.
Secret to fucking
that shit's in the vault forever. You're never gonna fucking hear it.
42 minutes. It was. They literally gave you the secret of life.
Yep.
And now it's gone forever.
You're lost. You're fucking lost.
There's no way we will be able to remember how to repost that.
Your ass should have been here live, listening in, and then you would have heard that fucking magic.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And me talking over that magic in the background. So.
Good shit.
I should get like an extra board so I could like have a backup recording of the podcast.
I mean,
so
if we can find another sound engineer that can work on it separately, we might be able to get it up and running. So
who knows? Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
We'll table this for another time. I just want to backtrack really quickly, just a quick update on the Bobby Lee situation, the guy that got stabbed. So
sorry.
his murder was not on tape, but yet the aftermath of him getting stabbed was on was on film. It was recorded on city cameras or whatnot. So it shows him bleeding across 2 streets and calling for help. And so apparently the police found a knife near a Caltrain station. I just want to say it wasn't me. I wasn't there at the time. I have alibis where I was at that time at 2:35 a.m. on the Tuesday morning.
Goddamn. So yeah, poor guy. That shit is all fucked up.
Yeah, so there's no suspects and no arrests. I guess it goes hand in hand.
Somebody did that shit. Somebody close to his ass.
And they used a kitchen knife.
What the fuck?
Damn.
They used a 4-inch long kitchen knife.
Well, that shit ain't even really that sharp. Like for cutting people open.
I mean,
shit is...
it's a knife. I mean, my
knife
is sharp.
We're not durable. We're not the Hulk. I mean, you can get through pretty.
I mean, you're not durable. You're old as fuck.
Oh, God.
You got to stay away from open flames.
Oh no! Well, no. Oh yeah, for the next week. Yes. But yeah, that's all bad.
All right.
I was gonna say shout out to your friend and his family because I've been there, but in my situation it was just me, and I had to ask for help and I had to be humbled as well. So, but I was working through it as well. I was trying to get my own plan, which was not going as fast as I wanted. But,
yeah. So I guess my advice would be, along with like what Oninja's saying is like if you're getting close to a situation to where you think that you might have a place to stay for like the next night or forever, reach out to your be humble about it and reach out to people that if you have them and seek help as soon as you can. Like don't wait until later, because then it gets worse and you're just suffering. Like and I feel bad because their family was suffering it was 15 months unhoused, but I know it was longer than that to where they could have been in a better situation. And just don't wait.
Yeah, definitely don't wait. And Old Ninja, I don't know why the fuck you lying. You resorted to gay porn. You know you did. I seen it.
What does gay porn have to do? That doesn't keep you afloat.
It pays.
I mean, maybe not yours.
Your live action food estate didn't last you. I mean, I guess you got a new house, so maybe that's a good example.
It was profitable. Come on now.
Yo, kind of jumping back to this Japanese midnight dance band. Wow, dance band. That's actually fucking cool. That's funny right there. Anyway, so it was abolished in 2016, just in time for the 2020 Olympics, which is fucking crazy. Like it went from 1948 till 2016. Like so that's how long that fucking dance band's line.
Blue, weren't you in Japan during some of those fucking years?
Yeah, I was. I never knew about this band.
You know what he wasn't doing? Dance After Midnight. He was just drunk blue in Japan.
I was drunk blue in Japan. And I got stuck on a fucking train and end up in fucking in the Grudge. That was probably one of the scariest moments of my life. Walking in Japan drunk in like a rural area, not where the fuck I was. Yeah, and that was like around the time the Grudge came out, or it was the Grudge, not the Ring. But yeah, dude, it was scary fucking.
I think I have a short of that for you. I think I made that a separate thing. A clip.
Oh, that might tell that story.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't do your 2-step. All right. Where y'all want to start on some fun shit, man? There's been a lot of serious shit going on. Goddamn.
Let's go into that trailer that dropped for Into the Spiderverse.
Go ahead.
You guys all see it, or have you guys?
Yeah.
Man, this one got me super excited. Like the stills that they showed and like all the not behind the scenes stuff, but like the funny shit that happened basically is like when Miles is like talking to his mom and they're like talking to the teacher and stuff, and the teacher said like, oh, Miles doing really good, he's getting A's and stuff like that, but he's getting a B in Spanish, and the mom's reaction, which is fucking classic. But we're seeing Miles as like more of a older teenager. I would say probably like maybe a junior, senior, because he looks older. He looks taller. He's like almost as tall as his dad, and he's like definitely more comfortable into the spider superhero gig. And he like even starts off with him saying like, I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man, and he saved a bunch of people from a taxi cab from smashing them. But then we get to learn, like, they go into the multiverse and, like, Spider-Man 2099 is kind of like running things. They basically have their own version of the Bureau that Miguel, what's his name? I can't remember his name. But, yeah, Spider-Man 2099 is running. And, like, he's able to figure out, like, a device to keep the spider people stable when they're in other dimensions, which is kind of dope. But I don't know. I don't know where this movie's going, but, like, it's going to be Miles Morales versus all the other Spider-Man. There's a lot of fucking clips of him, like, running from different spider people. And when you watch the trailer, there's a couple of thick Spider-Man in there, like female thick. I'm like, what's this thick mamacita over here? It's fucking crazy. But I love the trailer. I'm super excited about the movie. What's your guys' take on the trailer?
Spider-Woman is pregnant in the trailer.
And she's black.
Mm-hmm. Apparently they're supposed to be cousins, I guess. Because in the 616, they're cousins, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, for real? I never knew that. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they are. They may not be, but I could have sworn that they were cousins.
She's cousins with Miles or cousins with 2099 Spider-Man?
No, I believe Peter Parker and the 616 Spider-Woman. There's been 3, but one of them, I guess, is his cousin. From if I remember correctly. I mean, but
because I know Peter's white and Spider-Woman is black in this movie.
Yeah, and that's in the movie, but I'm talking about in the comics. Because there's multiple Spider-Women. There's been like 3 women that I'm aware of that have been Spider-Woman. So
this would be cousin, I guess.
Yeah. So.
Uncle Ben getting around.
But yeah, I saw the trailer too. It was kind of weird. It was cool seeing Oscar Isaac back because he's in the original, like at the end. But now he has a bigger role, and he has a huge role in this. And then we actually see, what's his name? I don't remember his name. Nick. Nick is back as the Spider-Man that teaches Miles. He's back. He's in the Time Bureau version of
Peter B.
Yeah, it's Peter B. Yeah, because there's Peter B, Peter A, Peter. So it's it looks like there's a lot of shit happening, and we got to remember this is part 1. There's a second part of this film that'll be out either in December or early 2024. So we're probably not going to see a real conclusion to this.
Yeah, excited. I'm down. I don't want to see any fucking more. Shut up and take my fucking money. We'll see what we got. And here's the other thing too, with Spider-Man 2099, it's been a minute since I've seen that character other than the quick cameo in the first one. But like that cartoon series that he was in was years ago. We were really younger,
Mm-hmm.
So
not on Ninja, but okay.
Not on Ninja, yeah. But I mean, like it's going to be nice exposure for that character, Miguel O'Hara, that some people have fucking forgotten, like especially if you don't like routinely read that comic book for a while. But fucking shout out to Miles. Remember with the first Into the Spiderverse, the PS5 game hadn't dropped, so his popularity's just shot up from the moon since this shit dropped, or the first one dropped. It's obviously going to be at least a trilogy, and it's got a shot to be one of the better fucking animated trilogies of all fucking time. We'll see. I think we're all going Ninja.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, what...
Go ahead.
All right, sorry. I was going to say one quick Easter egg that was in the trailer was that they bring up Spider-Man No Way Home because 2099 Spider-Man says that, like, yeah, we know like that Peter Parker and such as the universe with Doctor Strange really effed everything up. So they're making reference to the No Way Home with the whole everybody know who Spider-Man is, or the erasement of that or whatever.
So apparently, like all the 3, MCU-ish Spider-Mans are the actors are actually voice actors in this movie. So Tobey Maguire and the other 2, I forget the other 2's names.
Andrew Garfield
Tom
and
Holland.
Tom Holland.
And what?
Tom Holland.
There we go. All their voices are in the movie. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'll say it again. For all I didn't hear it, I when I watched the first Into the Spider-Verse, I was like, why are we still making live action comic book movies? Like this is like it's fucking perfect. And one of the things that I liked, there's like a lot of Easter eggs in the trailer, and one of them is when um, Miles Morales, the principal says that he's getting a B in Spanish, and then his mom is like, "You're getting a B in Spanish," and she snaps her fingers, and when she snaps, it's literally like it's a visualization of the Puerto Rican flag as she snaps like on her fingers, and I was like, oh, it's a little shit like that just comes through like so well. I watched that movie, like the first movie, like so many times with my daughter because she loved it. For her, Miles Morales is Spider-Man. So like she doesn't. I mean, she knows Peter Parker, but for her, it's Miles Morales. Like that's what she grew up as, and I really like that. Nothing's wrong with Peter Parker, but I think it's cool for her. So yeah, this next movie I think is going to be dope. It looks like it's going to capitalize on the first one and just keep it going. I hope that it breaks records at the box office because the first one was just so well done.
You could see their influence as well too. I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit last week. I don't know if it made the final cut, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer is heavily influenced by Into the Spiderverse.
Oh yeah,
like it's as plain as fucking day. That's exactly what they're going for. By the voice acting, by the art design, by the comic bookiness, to create a word.
Is Ninja Turtles DC or is it Marvel or is it Dark Horse or
IDW?
Image? Or...
Yeah, so it's neither.
Yeah, it's okay. IDW. I'm pretty sure I
know that
a stack.
Didn't
it was
the same
comic
or Toxic? Didn't the same Toxic that created the Ninja Turtles is what blinded Daredevil?
Daredevil came out much earlier.
Yeah. So the thing, there is like some slight. There's a connection with the Ninja Turtles and Daredevil, but it's with the foot in the hand. Because in the
the Foot Clan,
so there is throwbacks to the Daredevil, but it's Daredevil was Marvel and Ninja Turtles was not. So.
But what's funny too, though? We've seen a lot of crossovers with the Ninja Turtles and DC, like with Batman and everything too.
Yeah.
So, they're definitely big enough of an entity in and of themselves. And I mean, we were kind of in the heyday of the fucking Turtles, and they're still fucking popular to this day. I think this movie is going to do well as well.
Well, what's crazy about like the Ninja Turtles is like the original comics were like kind of dark. It was kind of amazing that we got the movies the way we did and the show that we did in the 90s because it was not really like a kid's comic back in the day. They just kind of repackaged it.
Yeah, definitely right. And then the other thing I want to quickly mention, because this always fucking comes up. So for the original comic, April O'Neil was not a redheaded white woman. She was black, and you see them throw back. They've played around with it before.
And people are so mad about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is, but it's a throwback to the comics. Now, obviously, I didn't read these comics because they were pretty dark way back in the day, and everybody was used to the live action ones from the 90s and the cartoon. But don't get all fucking in your feelings just because it looks like in the animated newer movie. It looks like April O'Neil is fucking black. Don't be that fucking nerd.
Huh. Yeah, she definitely was. She looked light-skinned or at least mixed in the original comics. So she definitely didn't look like. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. She looks like like Lionel Richie kind of.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, I'm looking at these crossovers. There's been some crazy crossovers with the Turtles, like Savage Dragon, Batman, Power Rangers, Ghostbusters. There's a Saturday morning cartoon crossover with like Garfield and a bunch of like Care Bears and shit. Alvin and Chipmunks, like all of them are in that shit. Like what the fuck?
Turtles. Oh, and then,
wow.
But going back to Miles, though, I mean, don't fucking sleep on the fact that it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like, and I bet dollars to donuts, we're getting Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. Hopefully later this fall. with Miles in it and shit. So, it should be a fucking another big ass fucking year for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll fucking see though.
Sony's still on the race, right? To the Spider-Man franchise, right? Yeah. Sony's printing out money right now, basically.
Yeah, no Way Home was a fucking beast. That shit.
We saw the PlayStation Spider-Man in the trailer too. I mean, he was in the first one too, or at least there was like not a reference to it, but I guess Miles' Earth Spider-Man had the same costume, the red and white, the white spider costume that's in the PS5. So I'm super excited. This definitely got my money.
Yeah, that's a great fucking costume too. It looks different from any other Spidey costume I had seen prior, and now I'm like, oh, that's a pretty fucking classic one right there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Did you see
one thing we kind of.
Sorry, real quick. I got my daughter the Spider-Gwen hoodie. It's a little too big for her, but
nice.
Yeah, it's cool because the hood comes down and it has the face mask thing. I think is dope.
Oh, that's your younger daughter.
Younger. Younger. My littlest one.
The great thing about fucking Gwen Stacy, for old fucks like us, Gwen Stacy was fucking dead.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit about her. Green Goblin fucking killed her. That was fucking it. And I mean, killed her a long time ago. And that was it. She remained dead as fuck. And then we know, Peter Parker Spidey, as usually being with MJ on and off again. You know what I mean? There's been a whole lot of storylines, but mostly it's been about MJ. And fucking Gwen Stacy works. You know what I mean? Especially this Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Gwen literally she's my number one favorite Spider-Man costume. Seriously. Even though it's pink and shit, I don't give a fuck. This shit is dope. So, and number two is probably Miles, and then slightly behind that is, Spider-Man 2099, because I think that's dope too.
So I will say it's funny because what Project was alluding to, that in the 90s they tried real hard with Pete and Felicia, Black Cat. They tried so hard to make them a couple. They were will they, won't they? But they never really were. And then when you play the game, you know that Felicia and Peter already have some kind of relationship because she teases him a lot. And he's like, don't be bringing that up. Don't talk about it. Can we just talk about it right now? I don't know if anybody played the DLC. Did you guys play the DLC? Yeah. So you know that Pete and Felicia have a complicated past, even though they don't go too deep into it. So
Spider-Man clapped them cheeks.
But you know what?
Felicia's always thick.
with Felicia, she, at least for me, it never worked as well as with Peter and Mary Jane in terms of she just seems too Catwoman-like. She just does. I like Catwoman dynamic way better. Way better. You know what I mean? I just do. It and of course I get the whole thing of Marvel has Quicksilver and DC has the Flash. There's similar character types in both. I get it. But Black Cat compared to Catwoman just doesn't hold a candle for me.
No, yeah, I totally agree.
No, not even. So I get it. It's just funny to me because in the 90s they tried so hard to have Peter have this new love interest, and it was all about Black Cat.
Love triangle.
Yeah, it never really became serious with them. It was always kind of like a fling.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, I mean, and I didn't necessarily like this about the Tom Holland ones, even though Zendaya is bad as hell. But Mary Jane is a fucking model / actress. You know what I mean? She's not frumpy at all.
Emo.
Yeah, so obviously there was a huge change for the most recent trilogy, but I like the whole Mary Jane maybe out of fucking Peter's league in terms of her badness kind of aspect of it, but it is what it is. Things change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing we got introduced with the Spider-Man trailer is that Peter B. Parker has a daughter, and she has his powers. It's crazy because she comes swinging in on the web, and then she's crawling on the walls and shit. And I'm thinking just imagine having a kid now, and imagine that they could just go from one form of plane to 3D plane where they can go up on the walls and something like that. the struggle. I get the struggle. Oh my god,
Yeah,
bad.
like keep him in a
Mary
kennel or
Jane.
some shit.
Yeah, right.
It's all bad.
Yeah, but
You
also
always gotta have like a safety net in case they fucking fall off the ceiling.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is I think like as like newer parents, like they always say you're supposed to like, baby proof your whole house. No, that's back in the day. What you do now is you just you create like one area for your kid and you like block all that shit off. Don't you have to baby proof your whole fucking house. You just need one fucking section where you have like a fence up. They're good to go.
Yeah, that's basically what we did. We didn't baby proof our house at all.
No.
Letting them big play with them sockets.
Yeah.
Well, like when we moved to our house, we got our outlets and stuff upgraded, like our electrical system upgraded. So the outlets are already like child proof. They have like little like when you stick something in there, like they have to go into both holes to be able to go in. Wow, that's what she said.
Because we adopted, we had to baby proof everything. And when we say baby proof, like really baby proof, we had to like put in all the fucking. We had to put in nets on like upstairs for like the walkway. We had to like do all the fucking plugs. We had to do all the fucking the drawers and shit. And of course, like 2 months after she was born, the place that we adopted her through went bankrupt. So no, and then we moved like the next year. So it didn't even fucking matter.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Project, did you want to speak on this Resident Evil shit?
Man.
Again? I mean, I know you talked about it last week, but I mean, they didn't get to hear the epicness. But you want to run through, so you're further in, I think. Now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving this game more and more. This one is definitely my favorite Resident Evil, and it's closing in on my top 10 or 12 of all time right now, and I'm only in chapter 10 or 11, so I think I'm maybe 2/3 of the way through. I fucking love
4, right?
Yeah, 4.
You're playing Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, the remake. It feels tight in every kind of way in terms of I like the inventory management, I like the fucking gameplay itself, the story is captivating. Here was the thing that IGN kind of hipped me on. It's basically just borrowing shit from a whole lot of fucking horror movies that I already like fucking Aliens, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or some shit from not it, but some Stephen King movies as well from way back in the day, and some of them Stephen King books and shit. It just has a whole lot of shit in there. Leon Kennedy's doing his thing. I'm going to replay this multiple times. I can already fucking tell, not just New Game Plus, but just a whole different run. I like the upgrade system. It feels almost Call of Duty-like in terms of how much fun you can have with the upgrade system. And for example, you can do the pairing with the combat knife. I fully upgraded that because it's really fucking valuable, but it has weapon degradation. Halfway through the game, or maybe chapter 7 or fucking 8, my knife just started to like degrade way faster when I was doing all the pairing and shit. Well, I go to the fucking merchant, and he's like, "Oh, there's a whole new 3 or 4 slots for you to further add power, further add durability." And I was like, that's exactly what I fucking wanted. So they gave me what I wanted before I even started complaining about that shit midway through the game.
They give you fooders?
I mean, you never know. You never know. I'm not finished with it. But there's also this thing, and I've seen it online, where you play it on a harder setting, and depending on how you finish it, you'll get like these fucking cat ears for Leon, and that looks fucking weird and stupid and all that. But guess what? You have infinite ammo. So I got to do a run with that shit. Right. You know what I mean? It's almost like the Metal Gear Solid with the bandana, and then you have unlimited ammo for certain shit.
That's kind of standard.
Yeah, but
hold on, is Ada in Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, Ada Wong.
Is there a thing about the voice actors? Did you?
No, we did not.
Yeah, I heard about it. She's getting a lot of flack online. I'm going to be very honest with you. The flack online sounds like some serious weed bullshit, because she's very similar to how she is in Resident Evil 2 Remake. Like, I even think it might be the same voice actress, but there's no problems that I have with Ada Wong at all. She looks bad as fuck. She's a femme fatale. But she got almost ran off of Instagram or one of them social media apps just for voicing and supposedly not being sexy enough or some bullshit.
What? Oh, okay. That's weird.
It's weird as fuck. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And she's not a main character. Like, she's someone that shows up, kind of teases, what's his name, Leon Kennedy for a hot minute, kind of like.
Because he's a virgin. Because he's a virgin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole thing. The whole community is always about how Ada always teases Leon because supposedly ever since Resident Evil 2, Leon never got a chance to lose his virginity, and Ada's supposed to take it from him, and so she teases him about it, but she never does it.
Oh, apparently she's less sexy in the game.
Yeah, so people have been complaining that her voice isn't quote unquote, using air quotes, sexy enough. Like she was in the original Resident Evil 4, which makes no sense to me. I'm like, wait, what?
It makes
too serious in this game.
It makes no sense because you can look at her like skin tight outfit and shit. I think in Resident Evil 2 she had maybe a mini skirt, but it's still skimpy, sexy, femme fatale kind of Ada Wong. It makes zero. It's not like one of those things where they put her in a snow parka, and that's not what happened here. It's fucking weird, man. Fucking weird.
I don't have the game yet. I'm probably gonna pick it up this weekend. But I'm gonna beat Resident Evil 3 first. I think I'm gonna abandon my Resident Evil 2 second playthrough because I'm stuck and I'm in a really tight spot and I don't remember how to play the fucking game. So there's no tutorial shit. I have to restart that save and you know what? I'm just gonna move forward. I have 4 other Resident Evil games that I'm going to end up beating. So just stay playing. I'll probably come back to it.
What happened?
Sirs, can I read to you how insane people are right now?
Well, we are. Yeah,
read this. This is the stupidest
shit
ever.
It's great. Read it.
It's fucking terrible. People are complaining that that it's too woke. I'm gonna. Okay, so this is what a person. A man. I'm gonna say a man or a boy. Actually, it's got to be a boy.
Say boy.
If you're a man
child,
wrote this, you're a boy that wrote this. Okay, these are the complaints about Resident Evil 4. And the reason why they won't. The reason why I think they ruined it. No Ashley saying, you pervert. No Ashley saying, hey, what are you looking at? No animation of Ashley covering her skirt when you tried to look up and see her panties. What the fuck? Okay, let me just keep going.
Yes.
You weak fucking bitch. Let me just keep going. No being able to freely stare at Ashley's panties from the bottom of a high enough ladder. No getting an accidental Ashley upskirt dialogue when performing a suplex on an enemy. No quick. I can't even go through all these. All right, what the fuck? Did somebody not hug you enough when you were a kid?
No. He's probably still a virgin.
This is not what women
in his mama's basement.
This is not what women in general are for, or women in video games. Like, just stop. You're the reason why people are. You're the reason why. What's that fucking chick's name? The one that I don't like that does the fucking stupid video game reviews.
Oh no!
Yeah. Anita, what was her name again?
Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah, you're the reason why Anita Sarkeesian, whatever her name is, exists. All of you that wrote that shit, you're the reason why she exists. And as I read that, I'm like, she has some points here, but also fuck her. Like, why do you people why do you write shit like that? If that's your whole thing in life is just to, I guess you need new friends. You need new friends.
You know what's
what's
funny though?
Friends, period. Doesn't sound like they have any.
You know what's funny though? Like, Resident Evil 4 came out on the GameCube in 2004, I think.
Yeah.
I think 2004.
2003. It might have been 2003 even.
Mid-aughts. So it's been a minute since this game has been out. Obviously, things have been updated, but it was not it was cheesy in a Resident Evil kind of way, but it wasn't one of these. It wasn't like Dead or Alive beach volleyball. Like that was never.
Oh, hey, I have that. I have both of those games. I have Beach Bikers and Dead or Alive Extreme too.
I just play that game for the physics.
Yeah. So
that's not this game.
So the original Resident Evil 4 came out in 2005.
There you go. Yeah. It's been a minute.
That was like the most incel shit I ever read in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder, like, why can't I get a woman? Well, your views, sir. First of all.
and here's the other thing too. There's light flirting, where you can tell that that character has a crush on Leon a little bit, but it's more of a. First of all, she's the president's daughter, and she seems like she's somewhere in the age range of like as young as 17 to maybe 23. So there's an age discrepancy that would make it quite creepy, you know, because Leon seems like he's in his mid-30s.
So yeah, I think in
with a Karen haircut.
Yes, exactly.
So I think in the original game she's younger because in Resident Evil 6 she's an agent. She's an agent of the BSAA. So and you have to play through the campaign as part of her.
But I don't know how many years have passed between 4 and 6 though. That's
the thing. So if it is pretty much a pretty long deal between 4 and 6, but I don't know how much because it looks like it's at least 10 years. Okay. Because the way that Sherry was in 4, she's in part 2 she's a kid. She's literally like 6 or 7. So in part 4 she's definitely a teenager. Yeah. And then part 6 she's a woman because she's literally the agent in charge of Jake, who is Wesker's son. So
on the online it's saying that Leon is 27 in Resident Evil 4.
Okay, that's believable.
Outlets are saying that.
That's believable.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, on fandom it's saying that he's 27 in Resident Evil 4.
You say OnlyFans? What the fuck?
In fandom.com.
Okay.
But you always gotta take stuff with a grain of salt. How old was he in Resident Evil 3?
I don't take everything with a grain of salt.
He's not in Resident Evil 3.
I'm just saying, I drink coffee without salt.
He's not in 3, but in 2, he's like a rookie cop in Raccoon.
Dude, I heard it's actually pretty good to put salt in your coffee. It like helps sweeten it for some reason.
If you have shitty coffee, yeah. Same thing with shitty beer.
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
I mean, that's the reason why you put lime in some beers.
There you go.
I'd like to put lime in a coconut and you drink it all up. That's how it goes, right? No?
Or you can mix it with your pina colada.
That's an old-ass joke.
You get lost in the rain.
That's it. We just lost like 30 people that are 30 years old and below.
There you go.
Fucking click.
People were born in the 19th century, the 1900s.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be playing this for a hot fucking minute. I fucking like it. What do y'all been playing?
Your mom
playing. Oh, I mean,
I had to take it back to my intro.
Wait, what did you say?
I said your mom.
Oh, all right, this guy.
probably gonna kick my ass next time you see me.
I mean, I guess you're a necrophiliac, so.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow,
that's a fucking dark mom joke, but also,
it was.
You know, my mom's dead, so. And I think
haven't
that
played
Ninja's
anything.
mom was. Are you Immaculate Conception or? Oh, I guess you still have a mom, right? I don't fucking know. He was born before, I think, Mary or some shit. So.
No, she was. Well, okay, maybe. I have to think.
Is your mom Gaia?
It's her nickname.
Are you upset here?
I've been playing a lot of the stuff that's just like the stuff that has like a lot of keep you down, buy me extra like multiplayer type stuff. So I got back into the Division because they have a new season. I think it's like
2?
Yeah, Division Part 2 or Division 2, and they have like a new season. I can't tell if it's free or not, but I bought the other expansions. It was like $7. So the original New York expansion was like $30. You can get it now for $7. $7.
It's an old ass game though.
Yeah, I mean it came out in
Should be free.
At one point it was free, or the game was free, and all the expansions. It lasted like 2 weeks.
It's on PS Plus for free too. I downloaded.
Yeah, so I've been playing it, and then like I've been flopping back and forth between the Division 2, Destiny 2, Modern Warfare because their new season is about to start. So I wanted to finish all the event stuff before next week, before the reset. And Hogwarts, and that's it. And I still have games. I still haven't finished Cyberpunk because their DLC is next month, actually in a few weeks. And then there's like I said, Resident Evil earlier, and I have Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't booted the game. I downloaded it but never started it.
I've been playing it on the my Steam Deck.
Oh
so,
yeah. I haven't even started the game. It looks fucking dope as fuck. I'm like, dude, this looks hella fun. I should play it sometime.
yeah, definitely play it. It's definitely. It's honestly, it's a really good game. Especially because it's rhythm based and it's just fucking fun. Like literally, like as you're standing there, like he's moving to the beat like constantly, like whatever the beat is, like the person moves to the beat, awesome. And it's just fun to just like watch.
Yeah, I really want to play it. I just haven't started it. I have it literally sitting. The game, my system reminds me that I have the game. So what it does is it shows you like, oh, this is part of your library, and like I see a little icon for it, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to download this fucking game. But and Battlefield 2042. I've been playing a little bit of that too. So I've been all over the place.
You know, I still need to play because I downloaded the sequel to that shark game.
Oh wow! Yeah. Fuck, I forgot the name of that game too, but yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, I downloaded because the sequel was free on PlayStation Plus a while ago.
I'm gonna look.
No, it wasn't free. First, it was like on sale for Christmas.
Was it Manhunt? Manhunter?
Yeah, Manhunt. A Maneater.
Yeah.
Maneater. Yeah, Maneater sequel came out, and I have it on my console.
It's a DLC. I don't think it's 2. I think it's pretty sure it's a DLC.
Yeah, there's a DLC, but there's also like an expansion, and like there's 2 things that came out for it. But like, I think it's like I don't want to say it's New Game Plus, but it's something that like adds more to the game.
The Truth Quest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. We get to learn how like why the shark is the way the shark is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that. I need to play that because the first one, the original one was so much fucking fun.
It's fucking silly. That's why I like it because it's so goddamn silly. It's like literally you're listening to the voice of Jerry do like from Rick and Morty, just like say ridiculous shit as you're like eating people and like fucking up, the wildlife.
Man.
All right. Well, Kronus, you want to talk about your games because I'm about to take the wheel. I've been waiting for Project to get all of this stuff out the way because I'm about to do a huge takeover. So,
Kronus, they have Maneater on Steam, so maybe you can on the Steam Deck and play it.
Yeah. I probably could, but I don't know. I already have it on the PS5, so it's fine. Yeah, like what I'm gaming with right now, I'm playing. There's a Warhammer 40,000 game that I'm playing. It's like one that's like Diablo. I'm playing that a little bit. I'm not totally into it, but I played Diablo. The Diablo 4 beta, and I was like, I need more of this style of game right now, and so I started playing it, and it's nowhere near as good as Diablo 4, but it's sort of scratching the itch. But I need to find like a new game. There's some some other games that are coming out later on this month that I really want to play. So I'm kind of like in between games right now, but I also need to get back to Hi-Fi Rush on my Steam Deck, and also my PSVR because playing. Gran Turismo 7 on PSVR 2, fucking insane. Like I wanna get like the whole stupid ass driving rig. That costs like $1,000 just to like enjoy it more. But I can definitely like having the PSVR 2 really justifies getting one of those rigs of like the whole like shifting gears and having the fucking steering wheel and the gas pedals and all that shit. If you get that in the PSVR 2 and play Gran Turismo 7. You're getting like the most accurate driving simulation that you can probably get right now, because like literally as you're driving, you look down, you can see the fucking, you can see yourself, your whole body, you're in a racing suit. You can see like the whole dashboard. As you're going around corners, you can look around. You can see your rearview mirrors. You can see all this shit. It's fucking amazing. It's literally like the best experience you can have for now for a driving simulator, unless you have like the fucking one of those crazy rigs where like it moves around with you, which I don't got that kind of money, but
yeah.
I've
seen it.
I was just thinking it'd be fucking insane if somebody created like a kit where you could basically you turn your car into a goddamn remote controller. So basically you can just set up your VR headset, you can set your own fucking vehicle, throw your fucking goggles on, and then like your steering wheel and stuff is connected to the virtual world, your shifter and pedals and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure all you need is like switches or buttons to be able to fill the switches and stuff.
It's funny you say that, Blue, because you have a car that does that.
I do have a car that does that. You can't play video games.
You can't use your VR headset, but like you can play like there's a driving game for a Tesla Model 3 where you can like you're literally driving and you can use like your actual car to like control the video game.
It's like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like you're basically controlling Mario Kart. But what's weird about it is that your tires move when you turn the steering wheel. Like the steering wheel doesn't like freely move or whatever. So your wheels are actually turning when you do it. So.
They should disconnect that because you're gonna wear down your tires.
Yeah, you're gonna wear down your tires. But it's dope though. It's actually pretty hard to play. But I've played it like once or twice. I've really got into it to understand the controls. But it's fun though.
So anyway, go ahead, Prodigy.
I was just gonna say, I know Old Ninja wants to fap to old Jean-Luc Picard or something, right?
Oh yeah, that guy's been.
No, I'm not caught up. He's talking about gaming, I think.
No. It's talking about Pickard. I mean, there's a lot of episodes, so we haven't talked about any of it. So we can.
Oh, Ninja.
Yeah, we can talk about the beginning.
Okay. Well, I only got through the first one. Sorry, it's crazy because like my life recently has been kind of crazy, but I get it. Me and Kay, we watched the show, but because like we keep, and it's funny because like the past couple of weeks been like, what else we got to catch up on? And we keep forgetting about fucking Pickard, and we both love the show. So we watched the first one.
It's almost done too.
Yeah,
it's almost done. So I mean, it's so good. But let's do this. We can talk about what you have seen, and then I will keep it because I can literally go off on the first episode alone. So,
I gotta remember. Season 3, episode 1, right?
Yeah, episode 1 was there's a lot going on in episode 1. There's a lot of stuff to talk about just in that episode alone. It was super wild, super great.
Well, I don't know how we get to see number 1 again, right?
We
number 2.
We see number 1 and he goes number 2, I guess.
Yeah, we get to see, Guess McFadden is in there too. I remember that shit.
Was someone thinking
Jesus Christ.
Parker?
No, it's a Beavis and Butthead joke. Where there's a Beavis and Butthead episode where they like pass out from I think eating too much or something, and they go through all the shows that were popular at the time. One of them was Next Generation, where Butthead is Pickard, and Beavis is Riker, and he's trying to hit on a girl, and Beavis is interrupting him. So then, Beavis is interrupting Butthead. So Butthead tells Beavis, he's like, I order you to go take a number 2. Hilarious episode.
I'm trying to remember like everything that happened. You gotta catch me up, man. It's been too long.
All right, here we go.
I remember Crusher needed to get help.
So we're gonna go super into Pickard season 3, starting with just fucking episode 1. This is a phenomenal episode. They did a really fucking good job. I was blown away by this fucking episode. I'm gonna say it again, but I'm starting it with this way. So we start off literally kind of where the last one left off, where it's Pickard back at his vineyard, chilling with his Romulan girlfriend, and he's just sitting there chilling, and then he's talking about the future and whatnot, and like it's they have this big event coming. It's basically Fleet Week for Star Trek. So he's supposed to give a big speech and wave at everybody, and he's like thinking about his life and all this stuff with his Romulan girlfriend. He gets a message. And the message is like some old cryptic, something from like the Next Generation, like literally a legit super nerdy, like if you went back to the episode and looked at the code type message. And he decodes it from his desk. He sees that it's a message from Beverly Crusher. And we see that she's in trouble. So we see this scene where she's on this ship and she ends up killing like a bunch of people that board her ship. They look like they're in these like cloaks and shit. They got knives, they got pistols. She ends up killing all of them, and then she sends out the message. Pickard gets it, and he's just like, well, I got to go help her. He hasn't heard from her in like 30 years, maybe 30 plus years. So he ends up going out and like hatching a plan to go find out what's wrong, maybe perhaps rescue her. And so he teams up with Riker, and he cooks up a plan to do a like a field exercise using the newly christened Constitution 3 class ship, which is his old ship, the Titan. So he goes on board. They meet the crew. They see that their first officer is 709, and she's using her human name. And so they're all trying to be proper about stuff. So they show us this sweeping like cinematic view. Like it looks like this is a fucking movie. It looks like this should have been theaters type quality.
Yeah.
Where they show us the new ship, the new Titan, the new Constitution class. They show us like this little really quick um, survey of the ship where they basically do a tour of the ship. They meet the bridge crew. Turns out that Geordie LaForge's daughter is the helmsman of the ship. They find out a couple like little nicks and crannies about the ship. They do this like huge like leaving the space dock type thing, which is usually a pretty big deal for Star Trek. The way they did it this time, the composer did an homage to Jerry Goldsmith and James Horner, the original composer for Star Trek: The Motion Picture and Star Trek 2 and 3, respectively. So he does this like mashup of these two super epic, super like cinematic themes that he puts for the show. And they do this huge, big fanfare exit. It's actually really shot really nice. It's shot like where it keeps your attention the whole time. Like you're like, what the fuck am I watching? Is this a TV show or is this a fucking movie? Like it's super fucking done really well. They take off to the like far reaches of the fucking corners of space. They try to convince the captain of the ship that they're gonna go to do this routine kind of survey kind of thing, and like the captain's like, nah. And like, well, why not? We're just going to like this little space test thing. He's like, nah, fuck both. He literally almost says, fuck both of you. He pretty much says it. And like, why won't you do this? Like, it's not really harming anyone. He's all, I'm responsible for my crew. With your two and your past, you two have a bad habit. And he literally brings up all these events from like the movies, the TV show, all the shit where people die, shit goes wrong, Borg invasions, crashing the ship, being attacked, like all kinds of shit, like all the shit he throws in their face. He literally says, "Thank you, fuck you very much," like literally almost verbatim. So the captain is kind of a dick. 709 pretty much commandeers the ship and takes them out to where they want to go. Anyway, the captain gets pissed, relieves her of duty, confines her to quarters. Pickard and Riker end up taking a shuttle. They go out to see Beverly, find out that her ship was like attacked. There's this guy taking care of her, this young dude taking care of her. They don't really know who he is. And like the ship's about to fucking blow up. They're in this cloud that's super dangerous to the ship. They have to take the ship in, like puts everyone in danger. The captain's all pissed. And so the kid, he's like 25, maybe 23. So like the kid has this really strange resemblance to Pickard. And like Riker is ribbing Pickard the whole time. He's like, hey, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, you're not going to look at this kid and not have something to say. He's like, no. He's like, you know what? If Beverly said anything about a child, she would have told me. He's like, are you sure you haven't heard from her in 30 years? There's plenty of time for her to have a kid and raise him to be the same age as him. He's like, dude, he's like, this would never happen between us. We're friends. And she would have told me something that major would have happened. He's like, okay.
He was like, yo, I was busting dusty nuts back then, 30 years ago. Like 30 years ago, I was still 70.
No, he's still wet. No, I was still wet. Oh, that's all bad. So they go in, and Beverly's in stasis. She's in like this pod. There's a ship that comes out. This like old raggedy bitch. Like her teeth are all fucked up. She's got like fucking nasty veins in her face. She's smoking a fat ass J. Like she rolled this fat nasty blunt, and she's smoking this fat ass blunt, talking about, oh, I'm gonna fuck you all up unless you give me the kid. And she's like, they're like, why do you want?
I think you're bleeding in the next episode. Because remember everything up until what you just said.
You don't remember this part? They're literally. So I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna keep going until, because I can tell you where this pretty much kind of ends. So there's like, they want the kid. They give the ship account like I think it's 30 minutes to an hour to give up the kid. And Picard's trying to talk to the kid, like, how did you end up out there? Why is Beverly in stasis? And they're like, the people counting them out, they're like, oh, you got to give up the kid. Like, why? And they're like, well, I'm going to blow up your ship, and I'm going to take him anyway if you don't fucking give me the kid. So, like, they're literally down to, like, the last 30 seconds. And Picard and Riker manages to get Beverly out of stasis. And there's a scene between the two of them where Pickard, he kind of mouths the word, is he? He doesn't really say it, but like you see Beverly look at him and a tear drops down her eye, and like everything kind of slows down around them, and she just kind of slowly nods, and Picard kind of like he just closed his eyes and he realized that at that moment, the audience and him realized that that kid is Picard's son, and so the captain of the ship was ready to hand over the kid, and he's like, "Well, what are you doing?" Picard takes over. He's like, "Why are you taking over? We're about to hand him over. My crew's gonna live. You're getting all of us in danger. We're all probably gonna die." And he's like, "I have to save my son." And it's pretty much where fucking the end of the first episode ends. They start a firefight. They go and hide in the cloud, and that's pretty much the end of the first episode.
Maybe I didn't finish it then. That's
oh, really?
Yeah, it's been like I said, like the past.
It's been weeks.
This whole year has been like a month.
Yeah, it's been a month and a half.
Yeah, no. I understand, but it's like,
but pretty much that's where the first episode ends, with the realization that Picard has a kid. That's why the second episode sets up information for the audience on what happened, how did Beverly have a kid, why didn't she talk to him. All that is hashed out in the first 10 minutes of the second episode.
I'm just saying, if Picard was, if he was keeping it real, it'd been like, all right, give him up, no child support.
How does child support work in space?
It doesn't.
Because it doesn't.
There's no money. Yeah, there's no money in Starfleet. They're egalitarian to the fullest.
Federation. Yep, no money.
I wouldn't be surprised if Captain Picard has a not Captain Picard. Captain Kirk has a bunch of fucking half green kids out there.
Kirk and Riker, because Riker was yeah.
Well, Riker has two kids. One of his kids had some kind of disease or some shit. Well, I was going to say it's a spoiler, but it's not, because it's talked about in the first season. He had a son that died of some disease that they don't really talk about. However, in the second or third episode of Picard, they go more in depth into that story. So yeah. But you pretty much, if you haven't gotten that far, you got pretty close to the end of just the first episode.
Yeah, I'll catch up, because that's one of the shows, because like literally every night, the past few nights, we've been like, what are we going to watch? And then we go back to like watching Rick and Morty episodes, because we keep forgetting like what we are not caught up on. So,
dude, you guys are missing out. And so this is the episode. In the first episode, we only see Riker so far. Later on, as the series continues,
I know.
More of them kind of come in, and it's fucking crazy. Oh, I didn't talk about the B story, because there's a whole nother storyline about Seven's ex-girlfriend, where she's working for Section 31.
Wait,
I don't think that's in the. I don't have any of that, but I'll catch up.
That's all in the first episode.
Yeah, well, I think I didn't watch the whole thing, because like
you're gonna have to restart.
I'm going to like.
It's so worth it. We got to tear this thing apart.
Yeah, it's a fucking great show, and I'm surprised that I didn't finish the fucking season. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, the season's not over. You didn't finish the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. A quick question. Kronus, have you watched Euphoria on HBO Max yet?
No, we haven't.
Guys got to watch that together. Wait, hold up.
I know.
Yeah, you should watch it.
My oldest daughter, she watches it. She loves the show.
What's the name of the show? What show is it?
Euphoria.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a movie. It's a movie with
Zendaya.
Zendaya in it. Yeah.
And lots of drugs.
Dude, she kills it in that show. Like her acting chops in that show is like top notch. It's like, damn, like I'm feeling emotions I shouldn't be feeling. She fucking brings her A game.
I need to keep watching Swarm, because I watched the first one. I was just like, that's enough. I was like, I cannot watch that with Kay. So I need to watch it on my own. But like the first episode, I could tell these are gonna be like, every episode is like a lot. It's a lot, because dealing with like, the reason why it's a lot for Swarm is because it deals with things that are normally not addressed in normal media, which is like, what if somebody that's black is crazy and doesn't immediately get fucking killed by the police? So, or anybody else. And so, it gets into like somebody with like severe mental health issues from the jump, trying to navigate, being crazy and a homicidal maniac. So,
this is no spoiler at all, but she comes across as being somewhat on the spectrum. But people's interactions with her are vastly different from what you would normally think. Like once you have those interactions and you see she's not like looking you dead in the eye, she's kind of off-putting, a little socially awkward. Most people would have a very different reaction to her than what you see later on in the show. I can't wait till you get at least to episode 2 because there's this thing that I have to talk to you about,
right.
Kronus.
I'll watch it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's just
it's subtle, but it's wild as fuck.
There's a lot of shit that's subtle in the show. Yeah. And it's like it's disturbing for me, especially like watching somebody with like severe mental health issues that are just like I think that like her friend was like her anchor to like normalcy, and then once this person is gone, and she's like barely holding on to normalcy with her friend, and then once that friend is gone, she just goes to the fucking deep end like immediately, and it's just like holy shit. Yeah.
Isn't the whole swarm thing like a reference to Beyonce, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Isn't like
oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely is, and they play with that concept a whole fucking lot. And I will say this: the show, just to be very clear, is not a diss to the artist of Beyonce. It's more about basically a fictional
crazy ass fandom.
What if on the fandom, but
yeah,
this actress is actually going to be in. Shit, what the fuck did I see her? I think it's the latest Transformers or the new reboot of the Transformers. So I'm like,
shit, all right.
I'm happy for her. She's obviously this world-class actress, because if she's nothing like this character, which I hope she's nothing like this fucking wild character,
yeah,
then that means she's one of the best actresses we've ever fucking seen. I need Old Ninja and Blue to at least watch the first 2.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, after the first one, you're just like, even like partway through like the first one, there's like some really weird shit going on in like the first one, and then you're just like, then the end comes, and I was just like, okay, plus the pie too. All right, okay, we're going there. Okay,
it's unpredictable to say the least. But yeah. All right.
Since you mentioned the whole Transformer reboot again, how to reboot Transformers again. I saw a post earlier that said like, they need to stop rebooting like good movies and start rebooting like movies that were shitty that was based on a good story. Like I can't even think of a good one, but like I guess one good thing would be like what's the name of that video game? The fight game, something. Damn, I can't think of it. Not Mortal Kombat, but it was like something dead.
Dead or Alive?
I lost my train.
Titty Physics?
No, not Dead or Alive. It was another one. It's a fighting game.
I mean, that's Dead or Alive.
Oh, Double Dragon?
That's not a fighting
game. Not Double Dragon. That was horrible too. I mean,
Soul Calibur?
The Super Mario Brothers movies.
Virtual Fighter?
Not Soul Calibur.
Killer Instinct?
Let me look it up. Horrible fighting game.
Horrible fighting game. All right, well,
that's a few. Some of them are horrible.
But nobody played them.
I thought Bloody Roar was kind of bad.
Somebody basically mentioned like they need to start rebooting like good movies and start going back to movies that had like good storylines and redo those.
So
you Street Fighter? Hopefully not, because
so Street Fighter is getting rebooted.
We are getting rebooted that.
I guess a new studio paid for the rights, so they're going to redo a new Street Fighter movie. The one I think that got a lot of people in the tizzy was very recent. I think as far as yesterday. So apparently, HBO wants to reboot Harry Potter.
I saw that too.
And I'm like, what? So they want to do, I guess there's 7 books, 8 books, and each season would be 1 book. And I'm just like, why would you do this so close to like, I mean, it's not as if like the Harry Potter fandom ever stopped or waned. It's like they still regard, like, even though Daniel Radcliffe is having his first child, people still refer to him as Harry fucking Potter. And so to go and like reboot the franchise, as I said in my intro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, like, why would you go and fuck with your I mean, they have a theme park where they serve bitter beer or butter beer, and they want to redo this with the whole new cast, whole new lore. I think it's a bad move.
Well, I'm of two minds about that. I mean, the first one is they have to. I feel like they're really trying to successfully, really, separate J.K. Rowling from her, turf status, and it's like a trans exclusionary radical feminist thing of like women are women, which I'm not going to get into all that shit, but basically, if you're a trans person, you probably really don't like, or trans ally or whatever, you probably really don't like J.K. Rowling. But the problem is that when she originally made the Harry Potter books, none of that shit came across in the books like whatsoever. None of that. There's like nothing like that. I literally read all her books, and not all her books. I read all of her Harry Potter books. I don't know anything. She wrote some shit after Harry Potter or before Harry Potter. I don't know. But as far as like the Harry Potter books goes, I read all of her shit, and I even watched watched the play. I forget what it's called, but it was like one of the best.
Oh, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah, that was like the best play I ever fucking saw in my entire goddamn life. It was
really good.
And then, I think they're doing a good job of like trying to separate that from her. But she's still going to get paid, and I think that there's still going to be like a really large, maybe not a large audience. There's going to be an audience that used to be there that will not be there for whatever thing that she puts out. But I think the only reason why they might be mentioning it now is only because Hogwarts Legacy did so well. So I think if Hogwarts Legacy like shit the bed, they'd be like, no, we ain't doing shit with her. Like J.K. Rowling's dead, but people don't know. Or if you're somebody like me, like I do know, but also I didn't get the vibe through like her literature of like her being of that sort of mind. Go ahead.
I'm going to just say quickly, though, with the whole Hogwarts Legacy. I still haven't played it. It's sold like fucking gangbusters. We already talked about it for like weeks and weeks and weeks. It's been big, big gaming shit. Folks that thought there was going to be a successful boycott of this game were dead fucking wrong. Like a billion times fucking wrong. So I don't want to belittle the fact that this oversold. Like it sold like crazy, and if you see that and you want to jump, and here's the other thing too, the movies did really well. A couple of those went over $1 billion for Warner Brothers way back in the day. You want the return of that, regardless of how some people feel about JK and all of that other. It's a moneymaker. It's a huge fucking franchise.
Prodigy, I have a question for you though. So, like, what if somebody had like a successful franchise of books? This is what I always come back to when it comes to like when I think about like trans rights and like gay rights, like LGBTQ plus anything. Is like just replace the LGBTQ plus anything with like a black person or like African American, and then like if like just imagine if J.K. Rowling wrote, and I'm obviously I'm saying this because, and I'm still consuming her media, whatever. But just imagine if she wrote an entire series of books, and then all of a sudden, like after she wrote all the books, and you didn't get a feeling that she was racist in the books, but then she was like, "Yeah, I don't believe that black people are humans," and that's that's where I'm like I'm stuck. But obviously, I'm not too stuck because I fucking bought Hogwarts Legacy, so I understand the argument.
And you beat the game. I haven't beat it.
All I'm trying to say is, regardless of how people feel, their wallets decided that they didn't care that much. That's it.
And I guess I'm one of them. I guess
Well, one interesting thing with, I'm not sure if it's HBO Max or whatever, but whoever's creating the series. I mean, if we look at like as far as like kind of wizard sci-fi things are going, like Game of Thrones, raking in bucks. Fucking Wednesday on Netflix. You got that whole magical theme and like your kids going to a school, and that did very well. But also like some other The Witcher, that did really well as well. Like we got the magic and stuff like that. Like for them to make a live action, or not a live action, but a TV series for Harry Potter. I mean, it makes sense, but it's like we already have like we have our Harry Potter established already, and it's only been like Actually, when did the first Harry Potter movie come out? Because it's probably been a couple of years, right?
It's like the early 2000s.
2009. It's like 2009.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2009.
It might be
was
time
like
to
early
recast.
2000s. I would say like
03,
2004 maybe.
4 something.
Yeah.
Early odds. So, but yeah,
for me,
yeah,
it's like
Well, the book came out in '97.
Yeah, but it would be like, because the fan base is so big, and they built a fucking theme park for this fan base. Like, it'd be like rebooting Star Wars. Like, why would you go in and reboot something that's already beloved, already cherished? And I get it. They don't have, the only new content recently is Hogwarts Legacy, and not everybody's a gamer.
Can I add a little bit with that? Like, in terms of the whole why? And I'm from the outside looking in. This is not a franchise that is like beloved to me. I've seen some of the movies; they've been great. You know, I haven't even seen all the fucking movies. I don't even think I saw the final one with Harry and whatnot. But the franchise for the fan base didn't seem to, just judging by the box office alone, didn't seem to fucking love Fantastic Beasts like they fucked with Harry and Hermione, all of them. So I think they did try to do, you know, like keeping it in the franchise but doing something separate, and I don't think it was as successful as they thought it was going to be. And now they want to reboot and go back to the tried and true of Harry.
Well,
maybe.
I think especially so in Hogwarts Legacy, literally nobody in Harry Potter is even referenced in the.
Yeah, it's too far. It's too far.
Way before, yeah,
way before. And
so
most of the people that are in the game are distant relatives of the people in the movie.
Yeah, I saw that too. But you know what's crazy is I didn't. So the Sorcerer's Stone, the first Harry Potter movie and book, but the movie came out in 2001, and then it was like basically every goddamn year they had a new movie. It was like yeah, it was like 2001, 2002, 2004, 2003, 2005, 2007, 2009, 2010, and 2011. So they were like hit after hit after hit, hit after hit after hit. And the series has made over $7 billion.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's like, I mean,
big money.
Plus her books.
Yep.
That were, bestsellers. So yeah, and they're great books, honestly, especially if you're a kid.
So I mean, Star Wars fans went from 1983. There was a bunch of books, but no live action until 99. Everything else was all books and games from
I like what
all the way up to like basically 99.
I like what Lee Light Lando said in the chat, saying that we need a TVMA Harry Potter.
You just want to see Hermione freaking it and shit.
That's on Pornhub though. I mean, bro,
it is,
get your tags right. That's all.
He's twerking on that withered pole.
Still in the same kind of magical fucking realm. Did anyone else check out fucking Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes,
not yet.
I did. I saw it yesterday.
Dude, this movie doing it really well, right?
Yeah,
it's doing relatively well. Yeah, people saying it was really good, but I mean, it's doing good for a Dungeons and Dragon movie.
Yeah.
So it did make a fucking $100 million the opening weekend.
No.
So let's
this is a remake too, which is crazy. Which
No,
falls into that because the original remake was horrible.
No, it's
The
not.
original version was horrible.
Yeah,
so
it's Honor Among Things. It's like a different storyline. It's not a remake. It's like it's totally different from the one with Marlon Wayans in it. It's not even close to that. This has like an actual story. Yeah, Marlon Wayans is in the Dungeons and Dragons.
I remember. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
that one was the only thing good about that was the black elf. She's black. I don't even know people were freaking out about black elves in Lord of the Rings in 2023, but yet back in 97 or 98 or 2000
came out in 2000.
Yeah, back then no one gave a shit about a black elf. She was fine as hell in that movie.
It was.
That movie was shit. It was
still sound like a remake. It's got the same title name.
Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically a movie set in the Dungeons and Dragons realm. It's like fucking Harry Potter. It's like you have the Harry Potter verse. You just put a movie in it with different characters. I mean, it's pretty much this. I mean, it does give nods to the game because they troll the game, the actual game in the movie. They show the 80s cartoon costumes because there was an 80s cartoon back in the day.
Oh
They
god.
show them they show them like a little homage to them, and it's really fucked up part. It's PG-13, so there's a little bit of gore, but not a lot of blood. And when you do see blood, it's usually otherworldly, like creature blood.
But
So, go ahead. You have a question,
yeah,
Patrick?
no, I'm not even a question. I fucking saw it.
Oh, you saw
I
it.
just want to know. I just
Yeah.
want to know how hot is Michelle Rodriguez in this because
I
So
mean,
she's that
no,
weird
hold on, hold
fucking
on, hold on.
fine.
Let me grab the mic for a sec. This one had really high reviews, like from critics and fans on fucking Rotten Tomatoes, and I noticed that prior to watching it. I took my kid because he's really into Dungeons and Dragons, um, and I was fucking disappointed. This is some predictable ass shit.
yeah. I mean, but
The writing wasn't very on point. It just, again, it seemed really predictable. Not only do you have Chris Pine in it, you have Michelle Rodriguez, and you have what's
just
Love
the
Actually. What's the
kid
Love Actually?
from fucking Hugh Grant or
Hugh,
whatever.
yeah, Hugh Grant probably is my favorite part. He plays this swarmy swarmy British motherfucker. But everything else, I mean, Chris Pine's okay in it. Everything else just feels very fucking flat. Great CGI. I will give them props. Great CGI. There was some shit with the CGI that was on really, really on point. But the fucking story, man, I didn't like this nearly as much as some people were raving about.
So for me, I took it for what it's worth because I thought it was gonna be like more like the 2001, like kind of utter shit. But it has a very simple, like non-complicated storyline. It's not very like super twisty. Like you get your backstab early out the way, and it's really like your redemption story. There's a lot of comedy in it, so that might turn off some people.
Yeah.
It's extremely funny. There's a lot of jokes throughout almost every fucking scene of the movie. I mean, we get a Black Knight, like he's the black heroic, like
Yeah.
male, like knight. I mean, he's like the literally the right, but he's black. He's a black dude. How often do you fucking see that?
That
Not
that
very
what
often.
that wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. That was kind of cool. It's the same guy from Bridgerton, which was
Oh,
nice.
that's where he's from. Okay.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know what it was? It felt very forced at times. And you know how when you're introduced to brand new characters, like, I don't know, take it back to Guardians, most people weren't familiar with or whatever. Um, it, there's a way of introducing characters and writing characters where they're still interesting, even though you don't know them. You want to hear from them more. And the fucking wizard was kind of like nails on the chalkboard for me. Michelle Rodriguez was doing Michelle Rodriguez shit, but it just didn't feel like anything where I gave a fuck about whether they'd achieved their ultimate goal, which was really to help Chris Pine, become have his family back together, so to speak.
Yeah.
See, when I watch the trailer, I keep thinking like, did Wonder Woman resurrect them again for this? Like I just
Yeah. I mean, to me, the movie was fun. It's not a fucking Oscar-worthy fucking film. It's just a
No.
fun outing, action adventure, slapstick. To me, I thought the story was going to be like the game, super convoluted, a bunch of bullshit rules. Like they give you lore, but they do it in a montage and it's very quick, and it's just enough to keep the story going. I mean, they had a fucking fat dragon. Like you don't see that. You don't see that very often. That shit was hilarious as fuck to me. You have this fat dragon. It doesn't try to fucking like fly, and it tries to roll them over because he's
Yeah.
so fat. He's
But
so fat. He uses his tail. He tries to roll them the fuck over, and it's not nonetheless still not dangerous because he eats up most of the other fucking team. And so to me, as simple as this was, I think it was their best bet instead of doing all this like druid and dwarf history and like tried to be what it's not, which is it's not the Lord of the Rings. So
yeah,
they went with comedic shit and they kept the lore of the game intact, but they gave it to you in bites that you can understand. So I appreciated that. And I gave it for what it's worth. I didn't take it too seriously, and I felt like I had enough fun with it that I would recommend this to someone who had nothing to do on like a $2 Tuesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say this feels like $2 Tuesday. It's not the worst. Don't get it twisted. I'm not completely shitting on it. It wasn't the worst. It was just middle of the road, kind of mid for me. Lord of the Rings is forever going to be like the gold standard when it comes to RPG awesomeness and lore and all of that. And me giving a fuck about Frodo and Samwise and Gandalf and whatnot. But it's not bad. It's better than 2000s, like with Marlon Wayne's
way better. That movie was shit.
Way better than that. I'll give you that. But it's not. It's not gonna feel like Lord of the Rings. It's not gonna feel like Game of Thrones. It's not. It's not on. It's not gonna feel like Witcher. It's not on that fucking level.
No,
I would even
watch it.
This go. I would wait. I really would. Don't rush out to see this.
I don't say rush out, but I say if you have nothing else, I mean, if you have the time and you're looking for something to watch and you feel like if you had to choose between Cocaine Bear and this, I would say watch this. You would have guaranteed have a good time. I know a lot of people really like Cocaine Bear. They gave some props to this film. I haven't seen it yet, but we got to remember this is a game movie. This is based off like a fucking board game, which turned into a video game, which made into a movie at least twice. And it was
watching the trailer. It gives me
morning cartoon as well.
Watching the trailer gives me Robin Hood Man in Tights vibe, like the whole like comedy, even like a little bit of the what is it, Princess Bride? Like it gives me the comedy and humor of that, but still wouldn't have that magical world.
Yeah, not quite on the nose like that, but it's pretty comedic.
Well, yeah, it's comedic. I wouldn't say it does have that kind of feel of Princess Bride, but it doesn't have that same appeal. I think this appeals to if you like comedy and fantasy stuff. This is perfect film.
Well, and also like that style of comedy doesn't really. That's like for us, like back in the day, like transfer over to like today.
I think this transfers earlier today because they do a lot of things that you don't normally see, and they kind of normalize it. Like I said, the Black Knight, you got the fat dragon, you have the short king scene. I mean, like super short king, where like she's all enthralled with him. I thought that was hilarious. Like I'm fucking cracking up in the theater because her short king is like real short. Like we're talking like Thumbelina short, fucking almost. She was fucking hilarious. And even though they had like a really well acted scene, I still couldn't fucking stop laughing because it was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous, but it was a fun film to go around that did have great. The graphics itself drove a lot of the action because they did really good on the. Yeah, it was really good. So.
Real quick too, just going back to whole remakes and whatnot. The one that I'm fucking excited about, Evil Dead Rise. Have y'all seen?
Yeah.
Hold on, time out. Flag in the play. Yo ass didn't watch the other fucking Evil Dead that came out in like what 2000.
Hold on. I didn't watch it in the theater, but you a goddamn liar. I did.
You should have watched it in the theater, so fuck what you trying to say.
Yeah.
The remake one, that was horrible. The one where they had like a female Ash.
Awesome. Oh, it was awesome. No, she wasn't female fucking Ash. Fuck no.
She was female Ash.
No, she wasn't. Ash didn't get... Ash only had his hand possessed. He didn't get his whole body possessed. He wasn't saying, come fuck your sister. He didn't get some of the raids. He didn't get none of that.
I'm with old nigga. I fuck with it. I fuck with all the Evil Deads. But this one seems like it's... Again, modern. It seems like it's in a different house. It feels even fucking darker with this new family and shit. Mm-hmm. They going for all the way for the fucking jugular again, and I'm here for it.
What's fucking crazy is that Ash vs. the Evil Dead, like that TV series was, which we have the cast on the podcast. Really, just, go back and rewind the tape and watch those episodes. But like, yeah, Ash vs. the Evil Dead was fucking amazing. That they kind of modernized that series for basically what was happening, like not happening in rural, but like it was more modern times. That was shit. That shit was great. So the whole hype, like them living in a fucking apartment building, like all this shit going on, it looks fucking ridiculous.
Damn you, Kronus. My computer is listening to you, so now fucking Steam Deck fucking ads are popping up on my
Fucking buy it. I'm just saying, buy it.
phone.
Do what it says. Follow the algorithm. I'm part of the algorithm. Get it.
Like, damn. So yeah, I guess there's some place that reported they have them in fucking stock. I was like, what the fuck?
They're in stock now. I mean, that's like they caught up over the last year, and it's an amazing device. I guess we'll just segue into this. All right. If you are looking for a portable gaming device, buy a goddamn Steam Deck. All right. It's there. You know, to me, well, I don't know what everybody's financial situation is, but for the price, especially if you already have games on Steam, it's a goddamn no-brainer. Just fucking get it, because most of the games they have already on Steam are going to work on your Steam Deck. So it's free games. I mean, that you already paid for, so maybe not free, but you'll never get that
They
experience.
do have a lot of.
Say again?
They do have a lot of indie free games that you can find on Steam Deck. Like,
They
even
do.
for VR, like, there's a bunch of free VR indie games that you can come across, which is awesome.
They do, but it's like with a console experience or any experience outside of the Steam Deck, you are not going to find, if you paid for a game that was on your last generation console, that it just ports over, it downloads to like your new device easily, and it just works. All right, there's no issues there, and they have cloud saves, so if you want to play you can go in between your Steam Deck and your PC and play the same save game, and it's pretty seamless. So it's an excellent experience. There's a lot more games that are getting released for the Steam Deck now. It's a great time to buy. It's one of the best bargains in gaming, and I know that there's other handheld gaming consoles that are out right now that are basically PCs, like the IO Next. Or Ioneo, I think it's the next one, whatever, that has way better graphics, but it's like more than double the price. So I think for like the price, the Steam Deck is excellent, and for the customizability, if you want to get into like emulation and all that shit, it's one of the best bargains in gaming right now. So if you get a chance, and also playing Vampire Survivors, which has a new DLC coming out later on this month in April. It's one of the best games out there. It got Game of the Year for last year for some people, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's a game that literally has no attack button, but it's fun as shit to play. So, honestly, you can lose like hours to this game at a time, and it's fun as shit. So I will still give the Steam Deck my highest recommendation as far as like a gaming experience goes, especially if you're used to like PC gaming. It's a no-brainer.
I still got to buy a PS5 because I guess those are in stock now too.
They are. It got reversed for a little while, like, right? Because you can get. I remember when I was trying to buy the Xbox Series X. They were out of stock.
Yeah,
the PS5s were in stock. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where I went to, they had them both in stock, but they were in limited supply. Like, if you didn't buy it within the next 2 days, they were probably going to run out, and you had to wait until January, because I bought mine in December. So they were getting another supply in, like, late January. So I guess now all three are on the shelf, so I guess you can get a Switch, a PS5, and a Series X almost anywhere now, for now.
The Switch OLED. Yeah, they're making more now because they're making a special edition for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which looks fantastic. I don't know how the fuck they're packing in that much shit into a Switch game, but they're going to do it again. I mean, it's going to be better. And it looks... I saw the demo, like the gameplay of it, and it looks far superior to... It's like basically, it's the similar map to the last game, but modified, plus there's shit in the sky. And there's way more new game mechanics, so it looks amazing.
I haven't played fucking Zelda since, like, holy shit. I can't remember. I played, like, a little bit of Twilight Princess.
You didn't play Breath of the Wild?
No, I didn't.
It was
I didn't
Game
play
of the Year for a reason.
And I have Twilight Princess, and I started it and never finished it. I didn't play Wind Waker. Yeah, I haven't played any of those. Yeah, I think I have Wind Waker, too. I have, like, a couple of them, I think.
And in case you didn't know, Zelda is the name of the princess. Link is the name of the hero.
Unless you type in Rule 34, and then you'll get what you're looking for.
Good shit. Good
As
shit.
long as you put in Rule 34 Zelda, then you'll get what you want.
Dang shit.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else on the gaming side?
And the gaming side, I think we covered it, and we got. I'm still bubbling about fucking Pickard because at midnight tonight the new episode's out, so I'm like fucking juiced, and I'm gonna watch Mandalorian. I don't know how far y'all are.
I'm caught up on Mando. I mean,
Yeah, I watched days.
it's got kind of it's got a weird vibe with Mando right now. Are y'all caught up?
I haven't seen tonight's
I'm a week
episode.
behind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I
I won't talk
watched
about
last week's.
I won't talk about the latest one, but I guess the latest the latest one comes out today.
Yeah,
it's last week's episode. But it has they're putting in a really interesting mix between like the traditional Mandalorian show and like Andor. Because like one of the episodes, I think it was like 2 weeks ago or maybe 3 weeks ago, Mando was in the episode for like maybe 15 fucking minutes, if that. And it was like mostly like these two other characters that were from the Empire. And I was just like, huh. Like I was still compelled to watch, but it was like, it wasn't really a normal Mandalorian episode. So I think they're trying to like find their way with who will watch it and like what they're willing to like, I don't know, tolerate. But I still enjoyed them all. What did you guys think?
Well, I did like that episode just because it kind of answered that question, like what happened to people who were part of the Empire,
yeah,
after they fell, and like it kind of sucks because they're brought into this society, but they're just given a fucking number. Like, yo, yeah, you're a number, but the person has a fucking name in the Empire. Like, why can't you go by their fucking name? It's kind of fucked up. But then we also got to see like they kind of have like a little clique going, and like they're talking about like things that they miss. And like it's interesting because like I was watching the video earlier. That's about like Luke Skywalker blowing up the Death Star, and how he killed like probably millions of people who were on that fucking Death Star. Even though most of them probably were clones, like he still killed a bunch of fucking people.
Still people.
It's kind of they're still fucking people. They probably were like regular people that long. They're probably like working normal 9 to 5, but we don't talk about that.
There was like some poor dude like making sandwiches.
Yeah.
Death Star. Had the number one spot.
Or like Finn cleaning toilets.
Fuck them people. They helped destroy that whole fucking planet.
Yeah, they were complicit about destroying Alderaan. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, Alderaan was taking on space. Dang. The Death Star. They were trying to build a highway.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it in America. Like, yeah, Alderaan was ghetto.
That's all bad. But yeah, the latest Mandalorian. So for me, Mandalorian looks like there's been a shift in focus. Yeah. So it looks like the lens has been one character, but it's slowly kind of panning to another character we've been introduced to, but it looks like they're kind of taking the step up. And I mean, I know that the whole Mandalorian culture or creed was heavily kind of explored in the Clone Wars, and they've been in much disarray since the Empire has been destroyed. So now we're seeing like a new kind of like, I guess, renaissance for the Mandalorians. So we'll see where this kind of goes. So we're seeing it's been a slow kind of like rebuilding for their whole civilization pretty much. And it's been cool to see. Like, I really like Coruscant. It was really interesting to see like what Blue talked about with previous Empire Imperial soldiers. It was cool to see Coruscant post Empire, and to see what was going on throughout the rest of the universe after Luke has been anointed in one way or another. So it's interesting to see, but I feel like sometimes we stray a little too far from Mando. But it's still cool to see. But when it does snap back to Mando, the lens is still kind of off center. So we'll see. I haven't seen today's episode. I heard there's a little bit more of that involved, but I'm still enjoying the show. It's still been pretty cool. I really like the fucking space scenes, or at least the dog fighting scenes have been really fucking cool.
Oh yeah,
it has been really cool. So you know what's in? Hold on, real quick. Ninja, I think it's really interesting what you said. as you were talking about it, I
You
think
see an
that,
advertisement?
what's up?
You saw an advertisement?
No. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? But the show is not called Din Djarin. It's called The Mandalorian.
True. It's very much.
So,
You're very much right.
yeah. I didn't think about it until you were talking about it. So
Yeah, I didn't want to like press that because that will trigger people. So I want to wait and see how this season plays because there's only like after today there should be 2 more episodes, I think. So
Is there a porn parody of Mandalorian called
Yes.
you already know,
sir,
you already
come
know.
on. They probably got photo porn with The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
Ain't no probably. Ain't no problem.
Yeah.
it's terrible.
You already know.
Yeah, it's all bad.
But yeah,
They probably have like a porn parody of like Grogu being the little person.
mm-hmm.
You know, which is terrible
Grogu's-
because well, I guess he'd be because he's old as fuck, right? As far as like human years go, so
Yeah,
whatever.
true.
Yeah, he's in his
I mean,
80s.
like
Good.
50 or something.
Yeah, he's 50 something. But the thing is, they'll probably just use some little blonde girl, paint her green, and be like, "Oh, I'm Grogu."
All good. That's what they do.
She's gonna hop out of her fucking Ewok outfit and do
Oh,
her
damn.
thing.
God
Look,
damn.
there's some really good Star Wars burlesque shows down here that I really
Oh,
want to hit
Bro,
up.
hold on.
So
I don't know if I
they're-
told you guys this, but so the guy that is Lando in the burlesque show, I knew him in high school.
Oh shit. Oh, right on.
Lando's in the burlesque show? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Force. What the fuck called
Yeah,
it?
the force stripes again or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like the MC. The guy who plays
Oh, wow.
Lando.
Okay.
His name is Eric. And yeah, me and Blue went to high school with him.
Pretty awesome.
It's
I
Yes,
mean,
I can talk about.
dude, that show sells out every time
Yeah.
it comes to the day. Every showing is fucking sold out.
oh hell yeah.
We also have a female friend who does burlesque shows.
Yes, which is amazing
Miss
because I
King.
never would have thought, knowing her, that she would have done something
Right?
like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bust it open. All right. Let's wrap it on up.
No, you don't wrap it up because you don't need to because you're busting dusty nuts. Just
Yeah,
saying.
no,
Seedless.
no. Yeah, I'm about to say, see this. I still want my money back for that calendar.
Yeah. No refunds. No refunds. Old Nick.
Once again, still it's pretty much the same shit. With the raid, I'm trying to get raid going on with Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare will update next week, so there's gonna be more shit. So been trying to get Prodigy, but he's actually been doing adulting, I guess.
No. Spain needs saving from Las Plagas.
Yeah, also that's right. He's fapping to not even Ada, to Leon and his fucking Karen haircut.
haircut, yeah.
Yeah, so
Where's your manager?
We haven't spotted up. I need to twitch out more because I got back onto Hogwarts Legacy. And now I actually hit 50% finally. I think yesterday. So, and then there's like all the gaming I've been doing. I need to put more back on Twitch. I was going pretty hard for like a couple weeks ago and I kind of fell off. So I'm going to add more. It's supposed to rain tomorrow night or Friday. I think tomorrow night. It's supposed to rain tomorrow night through Friday morning. So people don't know how to drive. So I'm going to probably try to lay low a little bit. And then, I'm probably going to see this Evil Dead. I think it's next week. That's next on the docket. I've seen everything else except for Cocaine Bear, but I am excited to see this. This new Evil Dead because I've been watching the trailer for a minute. I'm like, dude, this looks fucking crazy. So yeah, that's it for me.
What's this Gladiator trying to steal some horror funk from the Pope's Exorcist or whatever? But that ain't gonna be shit compared to Evil Dead. Fuck that movie.
I mean, it looks okay, but Evil
Is that
Dead
one of those things that it's like based on true stories, but also based on
Yeah.
total bullshit?
Exactly.
Can we fucking stop saying that? Like, just stop saying it's based on a true story. It's fucking not.
It's based on some shit that you heard drunk in a fucking bar.
Yeah.
So what they changed the verbiage now it's inspired by true events.
Inspired by bullshit events.
Yeah.
Inspired by cocaine and hookers and like,
Oh damn!
shit is not. It's
I think that's a
And
different
people
movie.
fucking psychic episodes or psycho.
Just keep it real.
Oh, speaking of which, is anybody going to see the Super Mario movie? It came out today.
I mean,
Nope.
yes, because my daughter, but yeah, I'll have to watch it. And I think that's. I think people that are seeing the mediocre reviews,
Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna fucking be number one in the box office. It might surprise everybody, but like having like a really large opening weekend because
it's Mario.
It's just like action movies. Like stop looking for, cinematic excellence. It's a fucking video game movie, and kids are gonna want to watch it, and so are I want to watch it too. Even though it's Chris Pratt didn't seem like he had like the best performance in the first trailer, but I don't give a fuck. It looks way better than the other previous fucking Mario movies.
Man.
Well, it probably would do really well box office weekend, but then it'll probably drop significantly.
Oh yeah, because Evil Dead will be out, so this movie will be forgotten.
No, well, those are totally different audiences.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah, they are,
like,
yeah, it's true.
it is, but I mean,
Yeah, fucking PG versus MA.
I will say this. Oh no, I'll tell you this right now. The Evil Dead will have nowhere near the opening weekend as Mario Brothers.
Ooh.
Guaranteed. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
I will say if the Evil Dead crosses $50 million opening weekend, I'd be surprised.
No,
and I think it's going to be a good movie.
I think it'll be hit 30 to 32 million opening weekend.
It's less than 50.
Yeah,
I think that Mario Brothers has the potential to make over 100.
Oh wow, opening weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't like discount the fact that literally Mario has over 300 fucking games of his own.
Yeah, no,
maybe over 400 games of his own. Like if you count them all up, since the
hold on, if you're including the board games and shit, then yes.
Yeah,
and he even took over other games like Doki Doki Panic is Mario too.
Yeah, he does a crossover. So the Ubisoft
Donkey Kong.
Shit? No, the Mario and the Rabbids games.
Yeah.
There's like 3 of those per year.
Mario got 50
all the fucking carts. Goddamn. Mario parties, papers, Mario.
I don't doubt for a second it's going to do extremely well just based on the popularity of the franchise itself. I'm with Kronus on that. It's probably going to.
Mario also got its own fucking theme park.
It's probably
right now.
It's probably going to do even over 200 million in terms of just really, really good, really good numbers because people are going to take their whole fucking families and whatnot. That does not mean I'm giving them any fucking clout, given the fact that Chris Pratt does not sound like a racist Japanese stereotype of it.
It's all bad.
God damn. I like my Mario racist.
Me.
It is that hospitaliano.
Okay. Kronus, what you got popping this week?
I'm still coordinating getting this family back to where they need to be. I need to do like a whole lot of like post, like I don't know, post. What do they call that shit? Post-mortem?
Yeah.
Post-mortem? Yeah, like to
like postpartum. Yes, though.
And then when you get a hard on,
like what is the thing? Like after you do like
postpartum.
Postpartum. Postpartum. I didn't give birth to him.
I think you have a baby.
I mean, in a way, if you think about it.
What is the thing after you do like a goddamn Prodigy would know this shit because you're high up on the fucking thing, high up in your company.
So
medical field.
Usually there's like a lesson learned type of thing.
Yeah, but it's called like a post something.
Post op.
Yeah,
Postmortem.
Yeah.
This is a postmortem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not tripping here. I mean, I'm drinking, but I mean.
Yeah, you are drinking. What you talking about? I'm about to say.
Just saying, but I was also right. So fuck you. Yeah, just learning through this whole experience and like taking like what I've learned and talking to Papa Bear about it. Hopefully on Friday, and hopefully this will help. This will help our organization be able to help more people in a more effective way. And I really appreciate that, even though this is like the shittiest situation that I've had to help somebody through. But I think it's good that I've been able to like learn from it, and hopefully so will they. Other than that, I'm trying. I'm staying active. I need to get back on my bike, which is vertical in the background right now. It's over there somewhere. And I'm still doing jujitsu and trying to get my chokes. Oh, also I got to see a mutual friend of all of ours and their son over like last weekend. It was on Saturday. I invited their son, who is in how old is he? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Freshman in high school.
He's a freshman, so he's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a 14-year-old coming through to do jiu-jitsu in like a brand new gym, and he did fucking great. Like I was so like happy when he came through and like seeing him in like his like no-gi jiu-jitsu gear, and like I rolled with him first, and I introduced him to like all the other training partners that I had for open mat, which for him was probably very odd because where he goes to do jiu-jitsu, he's a wrestler too. It's like it's kind of a structured thing. And when he came to like the gym that I go to, it's like for open mat, it's not really structured. You just roll, which is like sparring. And so like seeing like his wrestling experience and like his wrestling like techniques, it was like, whoa, like this kid's like really good. Like his wrestling was like so good. Being able to like, see like where he's at like right now as like a 14-year-old kid, it's like if this kid keeps training, he's gonna be really fucking good. And so hopefully I was trying to like see him like in the next couple, like after Friday. I was trying to see him on Saturday, but it didn't work out. And I wanted to like talk to him and like show him some more techniques. But it was really good to see somebody that I know and like see like how much like just like natural grappling experience that they had as a young person. And hopefully I'll see him sometime later on this year and like elaborate on that. But that was really fun for me to see. And like I got to see his dad too, which we're good friends. But I didn't get to see the rest of their family, which kind of fucking sucks because one of them got sick and then my kid got sick. So because kids get sick. Other than that, that's all I got. I look forward to the weekend and resting, sort of.
Well, what you got?
I'm gonna do a little jump back to this past weekend. So my little son Bash, like for his birthday, we were supposed to go to Monterey Bay Aquarium, but he was sick. And we were supposed to go to next week, but then the sweetness was sick. We actually got to go this weekend, and this kid had a fucking blast. Like he was all over the place. He was like running around. He liked everything that he fucking saw. He was like looking, and like he got to see the penguins and like the otters and like like at the aquarium they have like the little wave, like the tide machine. So like there's like a room, like a little kind of like section of the aquarium you can go to where there's like where like water runs over over like the outside of glass and stuff like that. He was in love with that. Like this kid literally sat down on the ground and just like looked up and like just waited for the fucking water to come back over. It was super fucking sweet to see. Like he had a really good time, and like I just love watching him be happy and just explore the world. But like there's there's that section where like you can like get your hand in the water and like touch like the starfish, stuff like that. I was like, no, we're not doing that because this kid fucking loves water. This kid probably would have jumped into the water just to be. That's how much he loved fucking water. Like I didn't let him go over and do that just because he would have been over there for hours and we'd never really get away from that. But yeah, it was really great to see him explore and see. Like I want to go back again once he's a little bit older, once he have more of an understanding, because like he just saw like giant fucking sharks and that giant what's it called? There was a giant bass in there, like a bass fish that was just like floated by the screen or by the glass. You're like, God damn, that's hella big. But yeah, he had a really good time. We had a really good time. My in-law, my sister-in-law came out. They joined us and they got to experience it too. It was a lot of fun. I got to post a picture. I had a chance to post a picture, but that's really cool. But as far as this weekend, or as far as the week goes, I'm still doing the online course for data analytics, which is a lot of fun. Like a lot of stuff that they show and like walk you through, it's like, wow, like this shit's fucking cool as hell. So I'm enjoying that. I'm hoping I borrowed a chainsaw from my friend XR7. What's his name?
I know you're talking about
XLR7. Yeah. I bought a chainsaw because I got 3 I need to tough down, so I need to do that. But so I had to get my Tesla service today. There was a recall for a part, and this is something I never never had. This is something cool about owning a Tesla is that they have a mobile service. So instead of you taking your car to the dealership to have them service it, they come to you. So they came to my house. They installed this. I had to get a latch harness replaced on my car, but they also rotated my tires. They rotated my tires. I also had an issue with my charging port door. For some reason, it wasn't sitting flush, and they were able to fix that. But they also noticed that one of the charging pans had broke, which I didn't know it broke because the car was still fucking charging like it should. But they replaced that. And they're like, yeah, you probably should take your charging cable back in and get it replaced because the pin on this is broken too. But just the fact that they came to my house to fix my fucking car, which is great. Like I have to go to the dealership to do it. And even though I've taken my car to the dealership before to have them replace it, they basically give you they either can give you a loaner car or they give you a Uber voucher. They give you $100 a day Uber voucher so you can get around if you don't have a car. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Cool.
But other than that, I'm catching up on the Flash. The Flash, we're coming up with a season finale for that show.
Yeah, I just caught up. Oh, so there's a new episode today.
Yeah, there's an episode today. Which, if you have the CWC app CWC, it comes out tomorrow.
Or midnight. It comes out between midnight and 3, depending on when they.
Did you say CW Seed?
CWC.
Yeah. Prodigy is all fucking sad right now.
Talking
about
Seedless.
I mean, look.
he got that CWC list app. But other than that, I'm I have free time. I'm really gonna try to play Maneater because that game is literally every time I think about it, I'm like, oh shit, that's right, I got that game. I need to play it. I'm gonna try to play the game and give it an update next week.
Hold on, Blue. You're not playing Hogwarts Legacy, or you don't care, or you don't have.
I don't have time for it. Well, I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Honestly, it's not a Harry Potter game.
Well, I mean, it's an RPG game, but yeah,
it is. But Harry Potter and all those people are not in the game.
True, it's a Hogwarts game.
Anyway, I think Prodigy's getting tired. I can see it on his face.
Yeah,
I'm old and tired.
Yeah.
He's ruining of his seed.
He's out here he's got a bottle in the background, pouring out some Geritol into his hand. He's like, bro, come on, yo. Hey, fuck.
Some fucking Metamucil.
Does that even work today? Like Geritol, that's not even a thing today.
They even sell it anymore?
I don't think so. I barely even know what the fuck it is.
He's probably using hemorrhoid cream, knowing his face.
Little unsure, I ain't got shit going on. I'm gonna be fucking saving goddamn Spain this weekend a little bit.
AKA Sapping to Leon.
You know what? I can't tell if this shit is fucking real. I know they got the cat ears that are real for Leon. I've seen some shit where he has a fucking tramp stamp on him, and I'm like,
that's fake. That's fake.
I've
seen it. He has the butterfly tramp stamp. Yeah.
Does he have titties too? Is it what he's got titties?
It's the Jenny mod.
That was more Prodigy speed.
Yeah,
it's the Jenny mod for fucking Leon.
Thick gin. Gin Valentine from 3 though. That still got me in a tizzy. All right, old Ninja, take us out, goddamn.
Oh my god. All right, you just experienced Black Panther Infinity, the Daily podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere at Bees and BTI. It's B
after midnight
and BTI. Don't get caught after midnight dancing. Get caught up. Get arrested. We're anywhere and everywhere you can listen to your podcast. We go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific ish. Let us know that you want to join our Discord because we have a Discord. Email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. Most of the social medias we're not on TikTok or fucking Snapchat, but we're on Instagram.
Maybe
Facebook.
We should be.
I'm not trying to look at food pics that fucking Project has.
You don't have to. We just got to post. You're gonna be on TikTok.
Yeah, but you can still see that. Who posted this shit? Oh, never mind. I know who.
It's gonna be discussions on Food Friday. That's what's gonna be.
Just let them know. It seems pretty easy. And
that's what.
Then you let China know how you feel.
That's what Discord is for. Just saying.
According to the U.S. government.
Yeah, our official website, benhatproductions.com/BeesMBTI. On Amazon, we have an app to let you know when we go live. You can watch us on the app as well. And we're on Twitch too, like I talked about. We're a Twitch channel.
Save Spain.
Way to go. Geritol is still a thing. I looked it up.
Oh, there we go.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Get your AARP.
Man.